I found an old CD full of pictures a while back, and this is going to be about Dios. This is me, and I'm just turning 50 this year, and my son. The only thing good I can say is that I still have all my hair. I don't have any bald spots or anything like that. And I should wear suits more often. I have a bunch of suits. I should wear them. But in a small town like this, it's really not showing off that much. There's not much you can do. Just put a suit on, go downtown for a few minutes, and then come home and take it off. And my wife says that I clean up real good for a total loser. So at least she's got something nice to say every once in a while. This is my wife and my baby and my son and my mother. This was taken right next to the rock star's house in Walla Walla. That's where we live. Or excuse me, that's where she lives. It'd be really nice to have somebody that would support me in my endeavors, but we can't have everything. You know, they say a good woman behind you will propel you forward, but a woman that constantly tells you what a total fucking loser you are, then it has the opposite effect, unfortunately. But we can't have everything in this world. This is a top 10 UN slogans. This is a t-shirt. I wish I could get this. Number 10, if an impotent, loaded bureaucracy can't solve it, then it's best left festering. Number 9, you can't spell unethical without the UN. 8, genocidal dictators beware our non-binding resolutions. 7, bringing peace to our world. Actual results may vary. Number 6, tomorrow's corruption today. Number 5, raising pointless squabbling to an art form. Number 4, we take bribes so you don't have to. Number 3, try our world famous cheesy fries. I don't know what that means. And this is number 2, if troubles abound, we'll be nearby doing nothing. And number 1, if this is an emergency, please hang up and dial America. I just love that thing. Now, these are some pictures of my stock case, and you can see what's got to be cut on it. I used to take high resolution pictures of everything as I was going along, and I stopped doing that. And here's more that's got to be cut. And you can see with the black marker, a noir marker, I don't know what they call it, negro marker in Spanish, how much has got to be cut off for a stroker crank to fit. And I put everything in a tub. And as you can see, there's my amp, and there's my black original Gibson SG. It's not a copy, it's a real one. There's more things that I have to cut. And you need to get a plug for the oil filter, oil pump. And the plug goes in here, and then it comes down, and this is on the inside, and there's a little tiny round circular piece on the very end, and it fits in there. And you can get that from VTCYCLES. All of my parts were from VTCYCLES. This was in 2005 when I first started. This is my second engine, 98cc air-cooled stroker. And you can see also up here where remember these panels here were from 1993. So they're because the bike is 93 and they're about, I don't know, 18 years old. So I did some work on that and I wanted to show you. You can see where the pieces come together. I wanted to make them flush. And there's that really nice expansion chamber pipe. I don't even know if I still have that one. I was trying to think. I usually don't get rid of anything of mine. And here's the bike again, and of course there's my painting plastic. And let's see. The bike was originally black with blue SR50 stripes, and my first color change was a dark gray, and you can see where the line is going down the back, and I really didn't like that because it just broke everything up. This is a plastic DO cover. I got this from Steve Van Treese at VTCYCLES in Honolulu when I ordered it. Man, all the parts, but he was real nice. He sent me this comp. Beautiful little air-cooled deal, and it really helps keep your belt cool so it doesn't slip. And here's a Fongier speedometer that Steve sent me. I got it at, and this is a European speedometer. So the outside red line, if you can see it, let's see, goes from 0 to 140 kilometers an hour, and the inside goes from 0 to 90 miles an hour. And this will hook up with your stock speedometer cable, no problem. And also, if you're very careful, you can take your old speedometer out, bore a hole, and put this chrome one in, and keep the original plastic over the top. I've used it for 5-6 years now. It's worked great. Matter of fact, I'm thinking about doing that for other people. Or you can buy a Japanese instrument panel, and they also have that. If you'll notice on the grips here, since the bike goes so fast, these aren't stock grips. You should get a set of really nice grips, and if you put these on, you'll add about 1 inch to the width of the bike, the handles, which is nice. And you can see there's my gray, and I put the little Honda emblem. I got that from eBay, and I put the little silver emblem on there, and then I cleared it. And you can see me in the picture right there. This is after I took the panel and smoothed it down, and that, I'm going to get into that further into the. This is kind of like going memory lane. This says KRS Racing Service. It didn't say that on the pipe. I put that on there. And this is one thing to take the bearings off. I got this from eBay, I think. The bearings fit very closely on the stock crank right here, and they are an absolute bitch to get off. But when you take your bearings out of, when you take your crank out, 9 times out of 10 the bearings will stay on the, I mean, well, 10 times out of 10 what I've seen, they will stay on the shaft and they will pull out of the cases. So you've got to take these back off and pound them into the cases and then put the crank back in. That's the way that works. And here's a tool that I use to separate the cases with. It's just an ordinary steering wheel puller, which a little bit modified. This is a Dremel that I used, which you can buy anywhere, with different kind of bits to take the aluminum off of the cases. If you look right down here, you'll see The ones I use are these little tiny stainless steel carbide bits, and they're real cheap, and you $5 a piece, and you go through them. Oh, here's a better picture. This this right here is a sleeve that goes onto this shit, I can't think of the name of it. Anyway, on this inside of this, it's hollow, and this fits on one side of the crank. And what this does is it pulls the crank. When you start tightening down on this nut here, it pulls the crank through the cases and makes the cases made up. Now, on 1993 engines, I believe that this will work on both sides. But on a 1994, both sides are different, and you need another splined, not splined, but threaded shaft that's a little bit bigger. And all three of these pieces cost about $150 from Honda, and they don't include the Vaseline as you're getting screwed paying all that money out. And then here's Celebrate Diversity. I'm all for the Second Amendment in the United States. I'm more for it when people try and take it away from us. In the United States, there are millions and millions of guns, but to all you foreigners, if you ever come over here, you'll never see one. Not outside of the nightly news. Nobody takes them out and shows them, not unless you're a family member, and you'll hardly ever see one outside of a sensational news report. This is going to be a two-parter. This is the Z when we went, my mom's Z when we went and picked it up in 2005, brand new. It's Daytona blue, 200 or 300 horsepower, automatic, absolutely beautiful little car. And as usual, my older brother screwed me out of it and got my mother to sell it. So there goes my car, but my next car is going to be a Dodge Viper, but I just don't know what year. Well, I know what year, but I'm not gonna say until I get it. And this is when it was picked up, brand new. We had a couple of miles on it. The one thing my mother had a problem with is they don't sell sports car insurance for anyone over 81 years old. Of course, we didn't know that at the time. So we just told them, yes, it's a 350Z, it's a 4-door, and they gave her insurance for it because there's those idiots down at the insurance company. It's got P0 tires on it, full of nitrogen, and it would tell you if your tires were low, tell you the outside, inside temperature. It had a racing deal on it. And on this one, we got both the license plates, but I didn't put it on the front because it just ruins the lines. And we're supposed to do that in this state, but I didn't do it, and the cops never bothered me on it. Now here, this is over at my mom's house next to the Rockstar's house. And here's the Z and my bike, but if you notice on the bike, you can see the split on the back. I just didn't like that, so I went to fix it. And of course, it's got a PG long pipe on it. And here's the bike again with PG and the car. Absolutely beautiful car. I wish we still had it, but I'll tell you what, I wish I had the car back and my brother gone. I just meant I wish he would get a life, maybe get a job or something. First time in 10 years. Here's the back part, and that was a real nice bike. I wish I could get another bike like this, a 94 through 2001, and build another motor, but I can't seem to find one anywhere, especially in this little Dinkwater town. Now this is the first time after I painted the house brown and yellow, and I painted it again This is a good picture of the Z. Absolutely beautiful design. Okay.